If you struggle getting open at impact, I've got a really simple exercise that's going to help you do it. Make sure you check out this video. So what I was doing there was an exercise, and actually I've got to be honest, it's an exercise I pinched off Lee Westwood. I saw him talking about it, saw him doing it, thought I'd give it a go myself, and I thought it was worth resharing. And it's just a drill to help you feel like you get more open at impact. So what we really want is by the time we get into contact, and this is with an iron or a driver, we would like our upper body, our torso a little open, we'd like our hips even more so. So a great impact position would be if we could get our shoulders, well, our shoulders may appear to be square, we're better off thinking of the torso. Our torso being 10, 15 degrees, maybe even up to 20 open, and our hips, if we could get double that, 30, 40 degrees, that would be fantastic. So we want to use those rotational forces, and getting open at impact allows room for my hand path then to move more inwards through the golf ball. A lot of people say, well, aren't I going to swing more out to in from there? Well, only if you get the club in this position first. If we get the club slightly behind our hands, it's moving on the arc it should do. So it's moving from in to square to in. Now, the only downside with this exercise that you just saw me doing, so I set up as normal, then I opened my lower body up, so that is my feet, my knees, and my hips. I tried to start with my upper body a little bit squarer, but it will be a touch open. But I'm really getting that feeling, getting my lead leg, my left leg out the way. And that's allowing me to get more open impact and allowing my hand path to go more left. So I feel like the finish position is a lot lower, which is great for me. The only thing I've got to watch for is that I don't swing across the golf ball from out to in to achieve that. Unless you are struggling with drawing it too much, hooking it too much, pushing it too much, and you're hitting it outright to target, then that could be fine. You're perhaps sort of trying to work on a fade swing, and this would be brilliant, really relevant for you. For those just looking for a pretty neutral path, but to get more open at impact, what I was trying to get the sensation of was a pretty normal backswing and starter downswing. So I was almost trying to get that sensation. I was still shallowing the club, feeling like it gets a little bit more behind me, which is definitely something I need more of in my golf swing before I rotate. So you could easily just put, if you could draw a chalk line on the mat, brilliant. I'm just going to put a tour stick down behind the golf ball, and it's pointing out to the right of the target. So I'm trying to get the feeling that in the downswing, I get my club shaft more matched up with this orange tour stick on the ground, and then work to the left. And I can tell a lot by the ball flight. I pulled that one just a little bit, but not much. And I could get some data from my launch monitor, but observe the ball flight. If you could still hit almost quite a neutral shot from here or a little push draw, that would be fantastic. So set up as normal. I'm just hitting a mid-iron. Open my lower body up. I like this as a feel to get more open. I like this as a feel to get my hand path going more left. As I said, I just want to watch that I don't swing more out to in to achieve that. So I'm going to try and get that feeling of almost a draw type of approach, but then turning open. Pretty similar to the first one, maybe just pulled it a touch more. It's quite hard to start it right when you're doing this, but feel like you're going to, just keep working on it. It's a great drill to get more open at impact, which is what I really like. As I said, the only pitfall may be that the path gets suckered into a little bit more out to in. But it depends on the player. For those who get the club too much behind them, this would be a brilliant exercise without worrying about it. So let me try one more of those. I'm really going to work hard on trying to get the downswing, so I'm in to square to in on that nice arc that I really want. You can see lower body is way open there, a good 30 degrees. Really gets that feeling of that left hip out the way. That felt like it started more down my target line, and I still feel like I'm really open into impact. Like anything, once you've done the drills, it's important to hit some normal shots, but try and get that sensation of getting this lead hip out the way. It could just work nicely as a warm-up exercise for you. So I'm going to get that feel again of opening my body into impact, but from a squarer stance. So it felt reasonable. I was going to say it didn't feel like my best strike, but the distance was very good for me with a 7-iron there. Really importantly, got the sensation of getting more open into impact, and I started that one pretty much down my target line, so it was a nice straight shot. If you can start the ball down your target line and still get open into it, that's what we're really looking for. So I love that feel of clearing this lead side, getting that left hip out of the way, allowing room for my hand path to exit more inwards. For me, I've just got to watch out that I don't start throwing the club more outside to achieve that. And that's why I just used, when I was doing that drill, the cane on the ground. You could just draw a chalk line and focus on a path where we're looking for that in to square to in. But what's right for you will depend on where your miss is, what your bad shot is. So you've got to know that a little bit more. If you're someone, as I said, who was too much into out, getting the club too much behind them, this would be an amazing drill without even worrying about throwing the club out there, because you just need to neutralize that path. As I mentioned at the start, if you're new to my channel, you haven't already, I'd love you guys to consider subscribing and put some comments below. It's good to hear from you guys. Any videos you'd like me to film, any help that you need with your golf swing, get in touch.